Thanks for joining me on another Electro Beard miniatures painting tutorial. In this one I'm using a Orc or Marauder from Mantic Games' new Firefight game. This rather cool model has a pretty awesome looking jetpack and fire and smoke coming out the bottom of it. So I'm going to show you what colours I use and the method I use for painting fire. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you at the end. Over a grey primer, my first paint I used was Lazy Yellow by AK. I thinned it down quite a lot, as you can see, and I painted probably 1/3 of the way down the smoke. Next up was the Fluorescent Orange, again by AK, and again quite thin. I did this for another 1/3 of the way down, having quite good coverage and just trying to stop blending it into the yellow that was just put down. As you can see, it's still wet, so blending was quite easy. Next up was Fluoro Red by Vallejo. It does look quite orange, doesn't it? But it is quite vibrant. It's also a air paint, so I didn't need to thin it down too much. I carried on as before, where I went a bit further way down. Again, blending in where the orange was still wet. I was able to get coverage on it, but as you can see, it doesn't look great. But this exercise is around layering up, so you'll see further in the tutorial how the effect does get better and better as we continue. After doing a few more coats of those 3 colours and blending them in, I used Pro-Acryl Transparent Orange for just to add a bit of more depth at the bottom of the smoke. This one goes on really quite well. I didn't thin it down quite as much, but I think you'll see that it does add a richness to the bottom of the fire. I then blended the colours using my wet palette. This was to give the fire a bit more of an organic look and not having any stark lines in between the separation of colours. Next I use white to create a real hot spot around where the fire is coming out of the bottom of the jetpack to create more intensity right at the top of the fire. So finally I used a dark grey and a light grey to create the smoke effects on the raised areas of the fire. As you can see, I only pick up on the top bits, first using a mixture of both to create a middle grey, and then continuing with lights for the highlights, and then the darker grey to add a bit more depth and shadow underneath. You can use this effect for anything fire related, so as you see, rocket packs, cannons, flamethrowers, anything with that kind of textured fire that you need. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.